Hi, it's Chris here, and in this video we're going to go through how to create a podcast on YouTube, how to start your podcast, and how to distribute it, not only on YouTube but on other platforms as well automatically. So before we do, drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be updated with new videos. Alright, so if you've been thinking about starting a podcast and you're wondering what to use, how to distribute it, what platforms you should be distributing it on, we're going to go through that today, how to get started in just a couple of minutes. So you can see on the screen now, my choice of podcasting platform is rss.com. If you want to check it out, go to that link in the description. You can get started for free, and it is very easy to use and distribute automatically. So here I am on the dashboard, and you can see I've got my podcast set up already. I'll leave some links in the description there as well if you do want a video on step-by-step instructions on how to actually get started setting up the podcast on rss.com, because it is also super easy. But today we're just focusing on more the distribution. So you've got your tabs up here, so we're going to go to distribution, and you can see here that by creating a podcast on rss.com, it does automatically distribute to all of the major podcasting platforms. Some of them are automatic, like Spotify, Amazon Music. Some are semi-automatic or guided, such as Apple, iHeartRadio, etc. And we also have YouTube down here as well, which is what we're going to focus on today. So to activate the YouTube distribution, we're going to go here and click activate, and then you're going to link up with your YouTube or Google account. So let me do that quickly. And when you're connecting your Google account, you might be thinking, what is PodViz? But this is all normal. It's going to say PodViz by rss.com wants to access your Google account, and that's all good. Go to continue. And my YouTube account is now connected to rss.com, so I'm all set up for automated distribution. You have a few other settings here as well, so you can choose a playlist, and this will be the playlist on your YouTube account. The visibility, do you want it private, public, or unlisted? I'm gonna put mine as unlisted for now and do that manually later. And then, is it made for kids, yes or no? So these settings are coming from YouTube. So that's all saved, so now we're ready to add a new episode. So you can add a new episode at the top here, or you can go back to your podcast or your dashboard and add a new episode that way. So we're gonna do that. And the title, so it's productivity tips today, and we'll just add that to the description as well. Season number 1, and I already have an episode, so this is episode 2. It's a full episode, no explicit content, keywords, productivity, and then we upload the podcast file. So I've recorded my episode just using QuickTime. So you can record it however you want. And as it says, it supports most popular audio formats with a 2 gig limit. So I'm gonna upload my file, and I'll just check if that's uploaded. Hey everybody, welcome to the Quick Tips podcast, where we share bite-sized advice in 30 seconds or less. I'm your host Chris, and today's tip is about staying productive throughout the... All right, that looks good. And we're gonna save draft. So now it's all ready to distribute. We can publish or schedule. Down here we have these settings. Transcript, that's going to auto-generate. The transcripts are very good on rss.com. It's another reason I use it. Very accurate. Chapters, it's quite a short episode, so we don't really need chapters. And this one on the right here is going to tell you when it's published on YouTube. So you can see the episode down here. It has that green tick. So when we publish it, that's also going to notify us when it has synced up with YouTube. So let's do that. Publish. Now you can edit the details of the video, the description and such, by going back to this icon after you've published. And if you want to use a different title and description on YouTube, you can. Otherwise it will use the one that we just gave it in rss.com. I'm going to leave it there and just publish the episode. So just looking back there on that transcript, that's ready to go. You can edit it in here as well, but I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out, so I'm going to accept. And you can see the check there that the transcript is published. So we're going to distribute that, and that's going to take a couple of seconds. So let's go over to YouTube and see if that has synced over. Okay, so after that short amount of time, you'll see, like the transcript, we have a tick here on the YouTube distribution. And then on YouTube, you can see here that the video is published. So of course on YouTube you can add thumbnails and whatnot and tweak your settings, add tags and all that kind of stuff. But let's just check out what it looks like. So RSS, I do like the visual that they use as well. This is the episode logo that I created just using ChatGPT. I just typed in create an episode logo for me. But that shows up as well. Hey everybody, welcome to the Quick Tips podcast where we share bite-sized advice in 30 seconds or less. Now you might be thinking, YouTube isn't a podcast platform, why would you distribute on there? Well, it actually is. Look at all the big podcasts around the world, from comedians, for example. They all distribute on YouTube. People do use YouTube to listen, and don't forget that YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. That's where a huge portion of the eyeballs are at. So it's definitely worth doing, especially if you can just automate it and you don't have to think about it. Now let's go back into the distribution because I wanted to go a little bit deeper on the automated submission. So we can just turn these ones on here from the rss.com dashboard, accept the terms, and then every time you hit publish, these are going to automatically distribute. We're going to go submit now, and they'll process for a few minutes like you saw with YouTube. Now the guided ones like Apple Podcasts, they don't let you just automatically distribute. It's got nothing to do with rss.com. This is an Apple thing, so any platform you create your podcast on, it will be the same sort of thing. But what it does is it gives you the steps on how to submit those. So if we want to submit it to Apple Podcast, you have to sign into your Apple Podcast account. And it's just really, well, this is one step, this is maybe 2 or 3 steps. So still very easy. The others are going to have a similar sort of thing, 1 to 3 steps, where you have to just a little bit more manually submit each episode. But definitely nothing that is going to take you more than a minute to do. And honestly, the automatic distribution, which I think rss.com has really nailed, it's just something that you should do. You know, get as many eyeballs on your content as possible on all the different platforms. Don't just stick with one. Because ultimately that is how you grow that diverse audience. You know, different kinds of people are on different platforms. You're gonna get more on some platforms, more on others. So if that seems easy to you, I would definitely recommend clicking the link in the description there, going through to rss.com and trying it by yourself. You know, go on ChatGPT, create a little dummy podcast if you want, just to check it out. Create some dummy thumbnails like I've just done, and give it a go. You can get started for free. It's my recommended platform for podcasts. And let me know how it goes, or if you have any questions, drop them down below. And if you found value in this video, it really helps if you drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.